been all over the place, bluntly, in terms of his performance. I think Nio and Nycat, they're a duo which I have a lot of heart for them. I like them a lot. Their performance has been up and down, though. Berserk. Jin just needs even more damage with the 4th shot, I believe. I think that's the case anyway, right?
Yeah, it will be. He did scale attacks, but yeah.
I keep forgetting the actual formula, but it was just very funny.
Keep wanting to go Ji-woo-woo. Ji-woo-woo.
Rumble going towards bot side. Doomby, Rise Hack. The public execution lands.
Oh, that was nice. Very well played. Out comes the Void Assault. Unfortunately for Kingen, it's not going to matter, I don't think. Burrowed for a second, misses the overload, but I do not think Kingen, even for all the time he's buying, will actually be able to survive here for all that much longer.
Super sick from Solo Kill. Right, just give up some farm, get a play somewhere. It does mean that Solo Kill will get 1 or 2 plates in bot side. Okay, going forwards, landing the exhaust, and that's the Valkyrie use. This could be a little bit of threat here.
You can't make an omelet without cracking some eggs, and Jiwoo's cracked some. Will eat a 4th shot, which also has to flash, because that Cosmic Binding could have been seriously nasty. Doomby now trading a little bit around this one as the incoming Supreme Display of Talent gets a little bit of damage, but not anything near lethal. Nice root, but a flash for the shuffle. Doesn't as much fun as I think it was with Leave, was pretty quick on the flash away. Calyx now in a ladder position. Lehens goes down, or the other side though, the flash for the Audacious Charge range is good. Now Leave in danger, though the barrier comes forward, and Jiwoo gets over the wall with the Valkyrie and managed to trade out on Leave. Damage from Doomby, they're pretty scary because Nongshim have got very low health bars. Slow on down, Nio gets the kill with a wonderful audacity to get that additional kill.
That was a messy fight, but NIP, who comes out ahead is a little bit tarnished in silver. Flash away, only gets the support, and Gideon uses his flash to kill the Broad. Kingen's dying again in the side lane. Solo Kill will get a kill this time.
Indeed, a little bit of an assist from Nycat, who comes across with a magical journey.
Nycat had that good roam down their bot side. Nio is now going to be magical journeyed over, and as we were saying, this duo does need to be active. Great upper ability.
Good fate onto the turret. That means his Supreme Display of Talent is nearly guaranteed. Flash from Kingen, there's a deadly flourish. Will Void Assault briefly. Supreme Display of Talent buffing through well, but unfortunately for Kingen, where do you go? Just the grey screen.
Again, they use the Rek'Sai ultimate to pull them away from tower. This time it is Jiwoo pushing in mid lane instead of Calyx as it was before. Solo Kill is on the weak side of the map. There's no teleport to help him. Does he stay under turret and just hope for the best? He will probably die. He has 3 biscuits and a pot to keep him ticking, but there's a lot of damage to be thrown at him.
Does indeed. There's the headbutt, the pulverize, the equalizer, so the Eclipse Shield, that's the one I was looking for. Might buy a bit of under rebuttal, solid enough, but it's just not quite enough damage back. Under some words, but Nongshim don't fumble the dive.
He goes unstoppable, but the ult doesn't hit anyone, and of course with the Alistar using ult, very unlikely to get a kill in that dive either. One of the reasons why Alistar has been so big is because these side lane dives and how efficient Alistar is at getting them. First turret will be taken by NIP in the bot side. Doomby gets the local gold, and while Solo Kill does die, the tower doesn't on top side before.
There's been less popular teams that have won NSI, with the exception probably of
What's he won in 2017, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Doomby realm warping over the wall. Lehens does have flash and ult. Leaves coming over. Great W. Cleanses it off. I don't know if this ult's going to save him.
He's gone. There's no real way out until he flashes and gets a bit of speed up for the Nimbus Cloak. You know what? Not bad.
Might make a play up here, though. Does have the ult. Calyx shuffling away. Now, if he can get towards the wall, could use the Supreme Display of Talent.
Doomby. There's a flash on forwards. Calyx now flashes, looking to get some more damage. The Supreme Display of Talent is just that. And Calyx is a dead man. The redemption coming on through. Just the time to keep Doomby alive, but not for that much longer. Good damage onto Gideon. If the Crescent Guard will time out, in come the teleport themselves. Nio can potentially grass here with the Terror Shape. Audacity forwards, looking for some more damage. Audacious Charge. And a possibility from Gideon with the win becomes lightning marked, but will not go further forward.
And you can see some of the problems of Qiyana versus Shinzao. Early game, Shinzao, I have to dive in and then whatever. And you see you're getting out farmed, and that also happens. With Qiyana, at least she's going melee, let's be honest.
Yeah, it's true.
Herald's going to be taken by Nongshim, but I do accept the point, though. Sometimes Shinzao can fall behind the game, and it feels pretty bad. Calyx will finally get the top lane out its turret with his Nongshim tooth. No, that's not what I meant to say. Nash's tooth. Yeah, that's the one. But Nongshim tooth, maybe they do pull teeth and make them into items soon.
Nash's RedForce.
Who am I to say? Herald using topside. Not a great amount of people here to respond from NIP, actually. Doomby has teleport, taking Krugs on the other side instead. Bartles. But if they can delay it long enough, they can maybe run the circle. Misses the charge, though.
Nice idea. They should still get this, though, nonetheless. So not bad from Nongshim to get some value back. Actually does pretty much delete the gold lead. They're getting inside the Herald, which might get stopped here. Landed a horrible spot.
My dude.
The flash from earlier has got an unbreakable will. The Sun Disc is brought up. Curtain's getting called, looking for some damage here. Chunk out at least a couple people, but remember it's missing health damage, so won't get that much at NIP. A little bit sloppy actually in the defense.
Kingen. Damaged a little bit by Nio there. Dragon up in 20 seconds worth noting. NS bringing back some of the gold lead back to so sloated. They stayed a very long time in topside to take that turret. Might mean that the Dragon goes to NIP.
Should be able to pick that one up and do so. Lehens flashed on in. Didn't have the spellbook smite, so I wonder whether we might find some value there. Gideon has got the Crescent Guard rolling. Unfortunately for Solo, who misses the ult, but the Supreme Display of Talent catches a number of people. That makes some difficult angles. Calix gets a shove back. That's pretty good. Deny will likely fall down. Tries to get the healing off the Honey Fruit, will not. Gideon, the Audacious Charge does it, and Gideon, that's not a great angle in the end from Doomby, who falls down. They do blindly bring down Calix. Leave potentially threatening here. Health bars from Nongshim, not fantastic, but NIP down the member.
It's pretty good engage from Nongshim to kind of at least find some split off parts. Calix dies on the engage. Actually, I was about to say, oh, it's, you know, so little XP for King, and actually it's just Nio being really high XP. He's one of the highest in the game right now. 173 farm at 18 minutes. Yeah. Actually, hang on a second. No, he's got a ton of farm.
Yeah, but I'd say this Kiana. Kiana is doing Kiana things. This is the you hit a break point in Kiana where things just disappear in front of your eyes.
Alex getting a side lane turret. This is the Azir special. Doomby doing the other side, though. One grub means it's a little slower to take, but I think with King being chased off by Nio in the top jungle, Doomby will still get this. So both mid laners getting some extra gold. Doomby getting closer towards the Rod of Ages, which will bring him even more XP ahead. Oh, he's not ahead right now, but it'll bring him more XP. And then he'll be ahead.
And then he'll be ahead. Tempered Fate caught Calix.
Oh, that's big.
Oh boy, he failed to shuffle that. We'll try and get the Emperor's Divide down. The display of talent plus a last shot from Lee brings down the Azir.
The Azir's been a now started. Bessa would have to teleport up, whereas Nongshim have all their members a little closer. They don't have the Bard ult to start engaging. This could be where Nongshim really pull ahead in the game before the Dragon, which comes up in a minute.
They do have the magical journey. How aggressively do they want to play? Leave gets jumped on, flashed away immediately. We're not going to see the Void Assault after. Calix at half HP courtesy of the Atakan, though, makes things tricky.
My worry, hang on, NIP are now going to leash this. I wonder whether NIP should leave this and just say, look, we're going to go towards the Dragon in a minute. But if they take a big win now, they'll have the better angle towards the Dragon later with the extra XP and adaptive force they gain. They're still leashing it. They don't want to take too much damage from here, though. This is risky.
Kingen could potentially get towards Leave here with a really good unburrow angle. You see what they're trying to do. The Atakan taken by Gideon. That's a good start for it. Supreme Display of Talent tags too, but not that much damage, unfortunately for NIP. Lehens, though, in the front line.
Calix is so low.
Calix so low. The Tempered Fate gets a lot of work done. Solo kill also now low. Trying to get the kill onto the Azir, and they do. All the while, Lehens desperately low to Kingen, trying to slide away with the tunnel. Jiwoo left out to dry. Deadly Flourish landing. Flash off over Nike to get the Cosmic Binding. Magical Journey Jace on the Gideon, who hasn't got a Crescent Guard or a Flash. Trying to get to Valley back, and he gets an Audacious Charge forwards. Nike goes down. This Shin Sao is so damn tanky. Lee trying to go over. The Deadly Flourish lands. Can still potentially fight the Striker. God damn. Shin Sao from ahead is obnoxious. Will finally fall. Smite onto Jiwoo. Slow him down. Looking for the blade across the wall. With the edge of Ixtal. It's good. Deadly Flourish. Sidestep. Barrier just in case. Do him be no flash, but can keep rolling.
The most important thing, Gideon died last. If Jiwoo dies here, it's even worse. They won't be able to fight for the Dragon. NIP lose. He's out of range. He won't get that now. The Redemption will keep him healed up, but the most important thing is the jungler died last, so the Dragon is not contested. NIP lose the Atakan, but get Infernal Soul.
They're going to try and play this out regardless. Nio's desperately low. If they can bring him down, it might be an angle watch for Lehens. Has he got a spellbook fight? No, he doesn't. There's the Soul trying to run away, and I think NIP have done all the hard work. Just get out now is the suggestion.
That it is, and there's no Baron there. Lehens maybe looking for a dive over the wall here now. We'll see what they can do, but they are currently on a ward. Wait, is that not seen? Oh no, it's deactivated. It's deactivated. I didn't see that. Here we go.
The angle, jumping onto the Jin, remember, doesn't have the flash. The shuffle back onto the top of the Tempered Fate keeps him alive for a second or two. What does it matter? Massive, the Supreme Display of Talent. The Crescent Guard buys time, but Jin is free firing. 2 for 1 right now in favor of NIP. They turn it around though with a nice fast bomb. Jin trying to unleash with a curtain call. Should get some decent damage as Gideon body blocks.
Body blocker. What's it end up being? 2 for 2, but the tower falls. The Infernal Soul leave, spacing out his shots, so he gets even more of that down. Nongshim trying to fight against the recent objective picked up. Nio caught a little bit in the meat grinder again. Do they have any flashes to force onto him? Gideon's actually kind of strong here.
He is very strong. They're going to jump onto the turret pretty well. Gideon trapped under it. Does go down. That's important. What about the dancing grenade? It's good. Calico to the backside. They do bring down Leave. That's not bad going. Will still likely die to solo kill and does. Kept looking for Jiwoo once again, just about escaped his life. 404 has managed to thread the needle well, but they lose 2 in trade of additional 1 for the turret.
I cannot believe that Jiwoo's not died in this game. NIP do lose themselves 2 turrets in mid lane, which gives them gold and control over the map from Nongshim, but NIP are winning the fights with the Infernal Soul just a little bit. They think he's felt like he's been forced to group a little bit. Even with that, ahead in XP because of the petals compared to solo kill. It's been a lot. Hang on a second, catch him. Didn't quite get the ult.
Public execution flashed away from. He gets out of all of it.
Jiwoo is so slick with it. Sidesteps a flash in there too. There is no flash used by NIP for it, and it does mean that Jiwoo will have that summoner down. King and left alone in this top side. He might be in trouble here. Does not have a teleport.
Gonna try and find his way out, but Solo Kill's waiting, trying to get towards the other tunnels. Flashes away. How long until his next tunnel? Flash on forwards, goes underground. There's the Void Assault. Exhaust away. Deadly Flourish goes wide. He's actually surviving it so far. Looking at the shots, and Kingen is out. But what about the rest of the team? They're trapped in the Baron Pit, trying to hit some shots. And that's at least the Alistair down in trade for Kingen's life.
So Kingen doesn't die, but it does lead to the death of a teammate. You've lost your support now, and that's a large part of your front line, which keeps your back line safe. NIP, I don't know if they feel like they can start the Baron.
Needs to try and escape here. We'll be able to terror shape over the wall. Jiwoo backs away with the Valkyrie flashing forward from B. Finds a really good angle. Calyx has to go golden, but what does that mean? Gideon with the Crescent Guard gets a knock up on the solo kill.
Leave is dead!
But he takes the Azir with him. B goes golden, courtesy of, I believe, that arm guard. They're getting a lot of damage. Those Jiwoo and Gideon continue to free fire. That's so many kills for the Corgi. Jiwoo unkilled and will ensure that everyone else is hit by the bomber. Trying to Valkyrie forwards, rocket! Pentakill for Jiwoo!
Jiwoo gets himself the penta to get the damage out. Corki does so much damage if you allow him to free fire. He's not often seen as a hyper carry, but occasionally comes out with a crazy amount. Hang on a second, they get the Elder on spawn, but Gideon and Jiwoo die.
That's pretty big. Gideon just about surviving
Gideon lives.
For now. That's critical. Leave looking for some damage. They can still look to outspace. It's doing below, not quite burning. Looking to go forwards. The Hens gets a knock up onto Nayo. Needs to back away a little bit here, but now the Alistair ult times out. Tampered Fate wide on Calyx. Backside King and keeping Solo Kill busy. Calyx could throw out some soldiers. Not the best spacing. Those Nayo does get the supreme display of talent, and that means the Azir falls. King doesn't get the execute because of the stopwatch.
They're winning versus Elder.
Elder means nothing in the face of ninjas in pajamas.
They end up getting 3 kills off the back of the Elder. NIP may look to end the game. We were saying the late game fumbles have been something that NIP have struggled with this year, but they just won against an Elder Dragon.
They just got a pentakill into an Elder and may still lose. Nongshim, what have you done?
Oh, they've noodled around a little bit too far, I think. They're going to use the Realm Up to get the minions a little bit further forwards, get them under tower. Can they end the game?
Double pulverized. Jiwoo's back alive. He's got a GA, can do a lot of work. Trying to clear some people down. Execute from Gideon. Already the GA buying some time from Jiwoo. He's not going to die. Gideon into the backside of the audacious charge. GA procs, getting some damage out. Doinby will still continue to try and free fight best he can. Gideon does put the Crescent Guard down, buys some time. Doinby not hit by the wind, becomes lightning. Jiwoo hasn't got Elder, has to back away. They don't.
You had a golden opportunity to potentially end that game. Couldn't quite do it in the late game as well. 4 items for the Jin now with a rapid fire cannon. Leave, struggled to have some clean fights, and I can't caught out here.
Needs to get over the wall with Magical Journey, not fantastic, but Gideon, my days, this Shinzao has proved to be a bit of a menace.
Yeah, Bard, really difficult to play in terms of positioning. Nongshim still have 2 minutes left of the Baron. They're likely going to break A lane here. Can they get more than that?
Fate angle?
Not worth it really, because let's be honest, it's only going to save it for a couple of seconds. Maybe use it for an engage afterwards. Try and catch out Calyx, Jiwoo, force the flash minimum.
That's it. If you can get at least the mobility down, but you need to have a flank angle to go with it, keep people corralled out of. Imagine. That's the Tempered Fate. Oh, they caught him. Can they turn it into anything else? No, they can't.
No, they can't. There's the front lines in place. I think Lehens would have immediately comboed the first person to follow up. NIP, they are quite a low-range team if they're trying to dive in and finish the kill. Calyx uses his shuffle in there. Nayo W's forwards, my friend. That's not the play.
Ooh, the Supreme Display of Talent catches a couple. Not that much follow-up, though. Lehens goes a little low, but not down. Trying to get some damage back. Remember, they've got Infernal Soul still NIP, so they sting if they can get the combos down.
2 out of 4 hit, but the 4th shot missing from Leave. And Nongshim, they have enough HP to keep things around. They have some poke from the Infernal Soul, but the range and the front line of Nongshim is coming out on top.
It really is. I think they could have full sent on that Temper Fate. I really do.
Carries the DPS. It's a big problem. That being said, actually, it's been mainly Jiwoo and Calyx getting the DPS in the last one. More particularly Jiwoo.
some violence to occur. He's a bit of an angle here, looking potentially, but he's going to have to blast cone over the wall. Doomby gets tanked low. Oh, baby. Gideon should just about survive the look into his face there by the Tempered Fate. And he is tanky enough, actually, with the GA and the Sterax to not be under too much threat.
Nongshim just looking to control this wave and keep NIP away from setting up the objective. If they get some poke, that'd be really good. Of course, the Corki at this level does do a bunch of that. Not that Leave can't do it on the other side as well. At this point as well, actually the Alistair sustain becomes quite important versus some bits and pieces of this. Doomby importantly kept his flash, means it's a lot easier for him to get himself into a more important position after. Look, are they using the Realm Warp to bait out? Hang on a second, they're trying to counter Kingen.
Couldn't quite do it, gets over the wall. Now looking for some more with the Magical Journey. Public Execution Force to flash out of Kingen. Now Gideon's going forwards, that's a little bit deep. Lehen's on the other side, just going to Solar Kill, but doesn't get that much damage. Gideon down about 20% HP, by the way.
Solar Kill can recall and teleport back in, but doesn't have flash or ult now. That's a problem. Kingen also no flash, but let's be honest, it's a much more useful ambassador. Bottle missing, here comes Nio.
Supreme display of talent is immune by the stopwatch. Nio escapes, but Calyx not really hitting anyone valuable. Lehen's now in danger. Gideon goes on forward. Massive healing. Doomby goes golden. Jiwoo trading out well. Where is Leave? Trying to get to find the backside, but he's in a 1v3 and dies.
And even with Calyx chasing the Kiana, Nongshim have the damage they need. NIP almost clutched it out in the late game, but Nongshim just get a little more forward. Kill from the Rex side.
Does go down as a result. Calyx slides on in with the shifting sands, but Solar Kill and Nio alone against the remaining members of Nongshim. It's a 3v2 and then extra. Nio just about surviving. How long until a Supreme display of talent? Nowhere near. And that means Nongshim could just run at the Nexus and claim game one in what can only be described as a game of League of Legends.
An absolute noodle fest. Nongshim get themselves the first Nexus of the series. It was a banger.